Hi, my name is Jan. I am the author of URP Water, and today I'm going to show you how to do the basic setup for the water. So the first thing you need to do is to enable the opaque and depth texture from the URP settings. To do that, just go to Edit Project Settings, and your URP asset will be here. If you click on it, it's going to select it in the Project tab, and then when you select it again, you're going to see here you have the options to enable the depth texture and the opaque texture. So go ahead, check these. By default, it's setting the downsampling to 2 times. I like to set it to none to get the full quality, but it's really up to you. The next step would be to create the material for our water. So to do that, let's say here in my asset folder, I'm going to create a subfolder called materials. And in this folder, I'm going to create a new material. So you right click, go to create, and then material, and give it a friendly name. Once you have your material created, we need to assign the proper shader. In the inspector here, you're going to have the drop down for the shader. Just go to URP Water, then select either the standard or tessellation version. You can find the difference in the documentation, but really is the standard one is just the polygon as is, as where in the tessellation you can have dynamic subdivisions. But be aware that tessellation is not supported on all hardware and is a lot more costly. So I suggest you go with the standard one instead. Once you have your material ready, what you need to do is to apply that material to a mesh for your water. In my scene here, I have a mesh already made. Here you go. If you want to apply the material to this mesh, simply take the material, drag and drop it onto the mesh. If you don't have a water mesh already made, what you can do is you can use the mesh from Unity. So if you go to Game Object, 3D Object, you're going to have the plane and the quad here. So take one of these two, put it in your scene, and do the same process. Drag and drop the material on the mesh, and here you go. You have a water. Now, of course, the water doesn't look very good, and that is because on the material, there's a lot of settings here that we need to tweak. So I'm not going to go over all of these settings in this video because that will be the plan for another video. But I'm still going to show you how I can very rapidly make the water look good with no effort. So the first thing I would like to change is to add a normal map to this water. To do that, head over to the normal map section here. You're going to find the normal map picker here. If you click on it, you're going to have this pop up and just select one of the normal map texture. Let's say I will use this one. They are included in the URP Water demo, by the way. So now you have this normal map already starting to look a bit more like water. But now what bothers me is the specular. It's kind of a grayish color, so it's no good. For that, we need to change the specular color here. I like to set it white. And I want to put it a bit tighter, so I'm going to increase the smoothness here. Yeah, like this we are starting to have something. Next thing I want to tweak probably is the color of the water. For the shallow water, I'm going to put a bit greenish color, maybe something like that. And I want it to be much deeper, so I'm going to increase the depth end. Okay, we are starting to get something interesting. Next thing that's going to bother me is these hard edge there. I want them to be soft. So for that, we have this setting here, edge fade. When I enable this, immediately you're going to see it becoming soft. And if you want it tighter, just decrease this value here. Just like that, we already have a pretty good base. Maybe one last thing would be to add some reflection to that. So to the reflection setting here, I'm just going to use the reflection probe and like this. Okay, we can tweak the reflection values And you can lower the normal map intensity just to see what the reflection look like. Okay, looking good. Then put back some intensity. And just like that, you already have a pretty decent looking water. That will be it for my explanation for today. If you want to learn more about each of the settings, I encourage you to go to the demo scenes. If you go, for example, to the basic parameter scenes, you're going to have all of the basic parameter explained, and you're going to have an example for every single settings. And I think it's going to be very helpful. But don't worry, in the future, I'm planning to release another video explaining every setting more in detail. So see you next time.